Welcome to Mechanical Tutorials. I'm going to teach you different techniques in SolidWorks for mechanical engineers. Hi. Today I'm going to explain about edge flange and its parameters. So this is called simple edge flange and we can bend in any direction and we can give the angle. So I'm going to show you in details. So this is the simple edge flange. We can see these parameters like edit, flange profile, radius, gap, angle, flange length and flange position, bend allowances, custom bend allowances and custom relief type. So I am going to explain each option in details. So for creating any edge flange, we should have one simple base flange. So then we have to select this edge plane feature and select any edge. Since we are selecting any edge, that's why it is mentioned as edge flange. So this is how it is created. Here I can drag this arrow or I can simply edit from here, and even I can flip this direction of the bend. See, if I flip this, moves in this direction. Even I can define the angle. Suppose this is 30 degrees. Now when we create two flanges, then we can define a gap between these two flanges. So that I am going to show you now. Select the edge flange and select this edge and this edge. See, automatically it is defining its geometry. So now we can define the gap between these two edges. There is a gap between these two edges. Now we can define the gap between these two edges. I can give 3. See, this option is useful when we are creating any enclosure or carton box design. Next, single curved edge. So we can create any edge flange on the curved edge. So you can select any curved edge and we can place a edge flange. Now see, when we place a single curve edge, how the sketch is defined. See, we can see here there is a 3D sketch. When we edit this, it converts to 3D curve. Whereas in simple edge flange, this sketch will be always 2D. Here this is a 2D sketch. Now cylindrical edges. So select the edge flange and this is the cylindrical edge. Now I'm going to show you custom relief. So when the sheet is very thin, then we don't have to give any relief. So simply we can show the tier option. So this tier option, see there will be a very minimal tearing in the sheet. So this tier option is applicable for very thin sheets. So when sheet thickness increases, then we have to go for either rectangular or oblong. So this relief is given when the sheet thickness is more. So when I flatten this sheet, see this relief is done during the cutting operation. Now let me go to the oblong. So these dimensions are defined during the DFM process, that is designed for manufacturing. So these distance and this radius everything is defined during manufacturing process. So now I'm going to show you how to edit sketch profile. Here I don't want flat surface, so I can make this sketch as construction. I can take 3-point arc. So this is how we can create curved edge. Now how to incorporate these holes and slot in the same flange using this sketch profile. I can simply place on circle or any cutout or any slot. See, these are the three features I have added. Now let's see. See, this is, I'm going to explain about trim side band. See, whenever I create any flange beside other flange, then there will be a tearing operation. So when I uncheck this trim side bends, so the part resembles like this. We should not this kind of flange in SolidWorks. So what we have to do, either we have to select any one of these options to move, or we have to trim this. See, after trimming, one side the material has been removed. So I'll show you the flat pattern. So this is how it looks like. So this is done during cutting operation. Otherwise it creates sharp edge over here while bending. Now so usually when we have two flanges created side by side, then what we have to do is we have to create these two at a time, so that there is a uniformity on the corners. So this is the best method. So this option is used during enclosure or carton box design. See, there is no cutout required here. So this is the advantage. Now I am going to explain about flange length and direction. Here I have taken a simple component. Select the edge flange, select this edge, suppose this is 50 degrees. Here I can set the value distance I needed for the flange, so I can increase or reduce. Now if I want to constrain this sketch, I can go to smart dimension and edit this value. So my sketch is completely defined. Now I am going to show you two options: normal to flange plane and parallel to base flange. So here I have to go to flange length and select up to vertex. So I can select one point. See here, when we see from front view, this is the vertex and this is the flange, and here two options are highlighted, normal to flange plane. So that means this is forming along the normal direction of the flange, that is 90 degrees. Here exactly at 90 degrees. So here exactly at the 90 degrees it is forming. Suppose if I change this to parallel to flange, see this is increasing. That means this point is exactly parallel to this base. This base here. So this is these two parallel. So the vertex and this flange forming a one line, and this base, these two lines are parallel. Under the flange length options, there are three options. One is outer virtual sharp, inner virtual sharp, and tangent bend. In the property manager, we can see these three options under flange length. So here the edge flange creates and take the reference from the outer sharp edge. So let's see what. So this is the base flange, and when I select this outer virtual sharp and the length of 10 mm, so it calculates from the virtual sharp. See, this is the virtual sharp, that is intersection of this edge and this edge. So it is taking 10 mm. Similarly, inner virtual sharp is intersection of two inner edges. Let's see. So here in the edge flange, so I have selected this option, and so this 10 mm represents from the intersection of this edge and this edge at this point. So it is exactly coming at the center of this arc. The third option is tangent bend. So it takes from the tangent line of this arc and this edge. See here, this 10 mm is from this tangent arc to this edge. So this is mostly preferable because the component is measured from this, because the physical component is measured from this tangent edge to this end of the flange. So this tangent bend and out virtual sharp, two options are most frequently used. Edge flange bend positions. See, this is the base flange. So when I create any edge flange and select one edge. This option is material from inside. See, when we see here, this is the base flange and this is the edge flange. So the flange is forming exactly starting from inside the base flange and ending exactly at the end of this edge. So this edge is edge of the base flange and the outer edge of the edge flange are in collinear. So that is for material from inside. See here, this edge, this outer edge and this edge are in collinear. So when we go for other option, material from outside, the inner edge of the edge flange and the base flange, this edge are collinear. See here. Next is bend from outside. So the bend forms from the outer edge of the base flange. So it is forming exactly from the outer edge. Next is from the virtual sharp. That means whenever that is the intersection of this outer edge and this outer edge, there is an intersection point. See here, it is for 90 degrees, it is forming exactly at this point. And this is tangent to bend. So bend, wherever the bend is there, the tangent point, it is going to calculate. So this is mostly applicable for more than 90 degrees. So that from this tangent edge, it is going to calculate. So let me change into 90 degrees. See here, for every option there is an offset. So we can have the offset distance of for example 5 mm. So there is an offset. Even for this also we can keep offset. So these are 5 different types of bend positions of edge flange. I have covered flange parameters, edge flange profile, this radius and gap, angles, flange length, and the flange position, and different types of flange position, and custom relief types like tear, oblong, rectangular. So let's go to the custom bend elements. Here I can give the K factor. Now I have given as 4, and I can give bend elements and give bend detection and even bend calculations. So at this moment I am taking the K factor as 0.4. For more details there is another video on bend elements and K factor. So these are the edge flange parameters. Thank you.